Thursday, July the 28th. All right, so intent today is threshold. Come to think of it, in some ways, Tuesday's intent was threshold as well. But I think these workouts are kind of perfect for the summer. So, and the humidity. What we have today is one of those, your score is not a check the box like Tuesday, but instead it is total amount of wall balls completed. And if you look at the movements and the volume, you're really gonna have to push it on those to get back to the wall balls at all. And so that's what makes it very much the intent being what it is, the threshold. Because you gotta get the blood flowing. You gotta get the heart rate up pretty high to get through the two movements. Now, as I sit here and recap the WOD, I have it written as 15 calories on the bike, 15 burpee to target. And I'm gonna do some thinking about whether or not the bike should stay 15 for both men and women. I'm thinking that should be 12 for the women. So take a look at the notes and make sure that you just do what's actually written, because if I'm gonna change it, I will have changed it by the time you do this. All right, so I'm doing this a couple days in advance, and I always had like 40 to 45 seconds to do wall balls. Did I want to do the wall balls right away? No. So because of that, I felt like I had earned 5 to 10 seconds rest in between the burpees and the wall ball. Now, if you don't have quite that much time before time runs out, then you might need to jump back on it or jump on the ball immediately to make sure that you get some scores today. Love to see scores, right? And so because of that, this will be one of those workouts where I have to insist that you modify so that you have 10 to 15 seconds of wall ball time minimum. Like, what do you got to do to get to that? Is it much less on the bike? Like not even 15 for the women, maybe something less? Is it less burpees and burpees to target? I'm all right with that, right? Maybe it's 10 and 8, and that's challenging enough. You know, I'm sure some gyms would write out what they believe RX is, and then intermediate, and then beginner, or something like that. I know that we see that, and every once in a while we do it. But the truth is, how correctly to modify this depends on you, and you'll know, right? And we might have to make adjustments as we go. All we're asking for is some form of consistency, right? So maybe try it RX right off the bat, see how it goes. That's wild. And if it doesn't go well and you don't get back to the wall ball, then you make adjustments. And either way, you're gonna get stupid sweaty and stupid fit. So I did this with a 16-pound ball. I'm at home right now, obviously, so too many meetings and stuff, but that's the only wall ball I have. That was fine, absolutely fine. And my score was very low in the first round, and then I made some adjustments, and then I figured out what I need to do in order to get more time on the wall ball. And is that as simple as I gotta pedal more heavily? Maybe, but for me it had more to do with the burpees. I just needed to be in a better spot to do them. There's no such thing as hustling carefully when you're at your home, so I brought the burpees outside. But that stands to reason, like, let's make a point about this. These are burpee to target. Could you instead just say, I'm gonna do regular burpees? Yeah, that's a great way to modify this. For those of you wanting to do this RX or looking for the challenge, a burpee to target, the target is always something that's, if I'm standing straight up with my hands above my head, the target has to be at least 6 inches above my fingertips. It's not a whole lot. It just ensures that you're actually jumping and opening your hips at the top of the burpee, which, you know, when we do high volume burpees, I start to look around and see some pretty questionable burpees with regards to, are you actually opening your hips? Sometimes I have to question whether or not your feet are leaving the ground on a little bit of a jump. So these leave nothing to chance. All right, and no reason to demonstrate those. We've done them before. So I can't remember what my score was. You guys can do the math for me. I think it was 8, 11, 13, 13, 11 on the wall ball. So something in the 50s, 50 to 60 range. I'm happy with that. Felt like I got my fitness in for the day. All right, enjoy, guys.